going on, everybody? Okay, so as I said earlier, I was gonna end that stream and get to chapter 4. We've just completed chapter 4, or we're close to completing chapter 4 at least. We're gonna move on from here because this is really when the game starts to kick off. We're gonna go through a dungeon, and if I have time, we'll end it when I get to Altissia, which is like the second open world in the game. It's like the second part. But right now we gotta go get the car because it's been stolen. We're gonna get the car and then we're gonna go do a whole bunch of expositional bullshit, and then gonna go through this dungeon with this Japanese bitch named Aranea, and then we'll head to Altissia. I don't know if I'm gonna end it after that dungeon or sooner or whatever. We'll see. We'll just see how it goes. This being New Game Plus, one thing I don't like about New Game Plus in Final Fantasy 15 is that the enemies don't scale with your level like in other games that I enjoy, such as Dark Souls or The Witcher or Bloodborne. Because in those games, when you start a New Game Plus, if you're like level 99 when you end your first new game, and then you start a New Game Plus at level 99, that's basically level 1. All the enemies are scaled up to level 99 just so the game doesn't lose its flair. This doesn't do that. It's just like, oh, you're level 100? Well, the enemies are still level 16, so... And it's not bad when you're just playing to have fun. And I have fun either way. Just sometimes I wish there was more of a challenge. And even enemies who are like level 30 still take some time to take down. It's not like I'm one-shotting everything, but... It gets to you. Let's call our bird horse friend. Where you at, Ryder? There we go. Notice mine's white because that's superior. I mean, what? Anyways, yeah, well, hold on. So, notice it says survey, Arakiel, I don't know how to pronounce that, probably Arakiel Stronghold for my objective. When you survey a base, it allows you to create a plan. Not a lot goes into it, it's just dialogue, and then you're like, infiltrate, and then you say yes, and it'll change to nighttime, and it'll allow you to, oh, there's some enemies, it doesn't really matter. Oh, hey Gage, oh, there, he left. Anyway, yep, he's back. Oh, there he goes again. This happens quite a bit between our internets. They're like warring states almost. They don't really work with each other too well, so we have to leave and join each other's parties over and over again in order for our nat types to match. Oh, into the lake. Make it into the lake. Oh, why is there sky barriers? Come on, that would have been dope. Get across it. Turn some music on. Shut up, Prompto. I think once I'm done streaming this game in its entirety, or at least the important parts of it, because that's what I'm planning on doing, I'm just going to stream like the cooler parts and where it kicks up, because you know the game is at heart, you know, and at the end of the day it's a story driven game, and there's a lot of story, and I love the story, but I also understand that not everybody wants to see that all the time, and the game's combat and its fast paced parts are really cool. So I think I'm just going to stream stuff like that, you know, important points, everything like that, and after that I'm either going to stream episode Ignis and then my speedrun playthrough, or I'll stream the speedrun first, then I'll stream episode Ignis. But episode Ignis is the final piece of DLC for this game. You know, it's episode Gladiolus, episode Prompto, episode Ignis, and everyone says that episode Ignis is the best episode, and I've already played, you know, Gladio and Prompto, so it'd be kind of lame if I went into those knowing where everything was and what to do. And I've never seen anything on episode Ignis. I've never played it, anything, so I actually just bought it today. So we'll see what happens. I'm really excited to do a speedrun playthrough of this because this is the this playthrough right here is the 32nd time that I've played this game, because I got it, you know, like a couple months after it came out, and I fell in love with it. So I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, and I couldn't stop. I couldn't stop playing it. I kept replaying the game. One, because I finished the game the first time around level 36, 40, you know, around that area, and it's a lot slower leveling up in endgame because when you're not the right level, certain hunts aren't available, other stuff isn't available, and it's, you know, all the enemies that yield a lot of XP are way too high level for you to even take them on. Like, if you're good, it'll be a good fight, but ultimately you'll lose. So I kept replaying the game just to get those levels, and eventually when I hit level like 80 or something, that's when I really started exploring the open world. That was around my like 4th playthrough of it, because, you know, I never did any side stuff at all. I just went through the main story and over again, and then after that I used endgame. I ran around on Insomnia, which is like once you unlock it at endgame, it's like a gigantic minefield of enemies. You know, it's a whole bunch of XP. There's a lot of rare items you can get there. I found other methods of leveling up. I got to 99, which was the original cap, and then the game updated to let the cap go up, so I was like, you know, why don't I play through it a couple more times? So eventually I was beating the game within 2 hours after watching speedrun methods, and just replaying and replaying and replaying and replaying. Now, speedrunning doesn't give you a lot of XP because, you know, it's not a game where there's shortcuts to everything that is built into the game. You gotta glitch your way there most of the time, and you miss a lot of XP that way. I started speedrunning it just for fun, seeing if I could beat my time, and the goal is this time is an hour and 30 minutes, which is 20 minutes off of my fastest time. And it's gonna be hard, but if I do everything flawlessly, then we'll be good. And by speedrun, I mean all bosses. Well, maybe not all bosses because there's a lot of optional bosses, but all main storyline bosses. Because, you know, the game freaks out when you glitch to a certain place and it doesn't know what to do, so it just progresses your storyline up to that point. I guess I can't go forward on Chocobo. Oh, it's a cutscene. Yeah. Make camp at Sothmok Haven and devise an infiltration strategy. Or devise. Oh, let's go. Come on. This is one of my favorite songs. Da, da. Oh, whoopsies. Hold on, I want to go to the Final Fantasy soundtrack, or Final Fantasy 7. See if we can find one in here. That's 13. 13 sucked. Oh, we'll do it later. It's all good. Let's do a bit of training first, actually. Oh, I don't have all the trainings unlocked, I don't think, because this is New Game Plus. That's another thing I don't like about it. It wipes all your, it wipes all your rankings and, hunts and stuff. Now, let's see what Gladio can do. Let's just let him hit us. Oh, a whopping 16 damage. Oh, wow. That was great. 2 hits. Anyways, we're not gonna bore ourselves with that. We got work to do. We gotta infiltrate a military base. Camp. I do like that, though. That, there's a sleep system. That's how you tally up the XP. I should be sleeping right now. I gotta get up early next morning. But, Final Fantasy. And, come on, I pressed X. Thank you. Do I want to go for... Oh, I don't think I have it available. Yeah, I don't have my critical hit rate available. Maybe there's another one in here we can find. Fire resistance, we don't need that. HP recovery, we don't need that. We don't need that. Don't need that. Or that. I need critical. I need critical hits. I don't think I have any other critical hit dishes actually. Enemy item drop. Oh, experience points gained by 30. We'll take that because all my other party members are still 99 or 98 or something like that. So we're about to see anyway. Get some good XP. But, you know, get an extra 30% of XP from an enemy that gives you like 300,000 XP that's a lot, you know. Yeah, they're all 99 on level 100. I don't know how that happened either, because for the most part in this game, you level up all the same. Because you all get the same amount of experience. It's not like it's spread out. You don't get more if you're on your own. Because even there is sections where it's just you and you get the same XP amount that you would if you had all of your party members with you. Let's just skip this because it's boring. Yes, begin the operation. Now, this part, even though I've played this game so many times, it is so difficult sometimes because you have to be stealthy. And this game is not a stealthy game. The stealth system works, don't get me wrong. The camera doesn't. So, we'll do our best. We'll do our best. They do have this cool thing that I wish you could use whenever you want it. It's called Warp Kill. It's like a stealth warp strike, and it kills an enemy instantly. But I haven't been able to found a way to use it outside of this mission or other infiltration missions. Can't skip it.
In and out before it gets right then. Indeed. Even if it means leaving the task unfinished, we withdraw before we overstay our welcome.
Okay. So, now what's funny about this is that you eventually end up alerting everybody anyways. Sorry, my controller's a bit messed up, so it stops me from walking sometimes. Let's make sure coast is clear. I don't remember going behind here.
Together on my signal. Until then, hold position. 3, 2, 1. Now.
Sometimes I forget about that guy, and it makes me fail the mission instantly. This is also a very difficult part because of the searchlights, and since the camera is like at a fixed height away from me, you can't really see them all the time. Sometimes they'll creep up on you. I love Ignis so much. Better get the fuck down. It is looking right at you. You're kidding. I've seen this cutscene so many times, and it still amazes me to this day that... Look at Noctis's hair, and like half of his head is over the box. You telling me you don't see that? I'll fuck him up. And I think at a certain point, you can alert them, and there won't be any consequence. It'll just be a big fight, and you know, at my level, that's not a problem. There's another infiltration mission where, yeah, I know. There's another infiltration mission where you have to sneak up behind this commander, and if you do it too early, you'll get caught, and it's really hard to tell when it is. You do it too late, you fail. It's difficult, you know. Ooh. Oh, he's gonna see me. God damn it. Okay, I got him. Okay, we're good. Woo! It was a bit sloppy on my part, but it's all good. That is a big ass searchlight. It's point warp. I know damn well we don't have a key for that. If I walk into the light, what happens? I think this is what we're supposed to do. That's some lame ass security if a stranger can walk in, press a button, and it's turned off. It is indeed.
Generator of some description. It would explain why the troopers in the vicinity are uncommonly strong. I say we wreck it.
No, they're not.
The sneaking around.
Even the first time doing this in your first playthrough when you're a lower level, they're not that strong. Trust me.
Got it.
All you have to do literally is hold square. You'll dodge every bullet they shoot at you. God damn it! I thought I was still crouched. I wasn't. Did I get them all? Music hasn't stopped yet. Where's he at? Oh, he's down here. Get him! Get him! Is that it? Is there more? Where? Oh shit! Oh shit! There. All right. See, as I said, it's not a stealth game. They're very forgiving. That's why I failed it so many times, though, is that if you wait too long after alerting an enemy, you lose. Like, it's game over. You start the mission from the beginning, and it's so frustrating when you get, like, right where I was and that happens. Now, this is where the big fight breaks out, regardless. Oh, they fucked up the car. Look at that paint job. She's a sore sight for eyes. The fuck? And cue cutscene. You were not there to begin with. I'm just gonna point that out. Go for the weak spots. And it's game over. Easy. Is it dead yet? I'm gonna blow up. Did it shoot missiles at us before it died? It did. Now, I try not to use the Armiger as much as I can because in New Game Plus, because you can't die while you're using it, and you know I like the combat a lot, so I try to actually fight. Use the Imperial weaponry. These turrets are dope. I'm gonna be honest. They could have done a bit better with them, but using the turrets are a lot of fun. Let's take out these guys because they're annoying. Work back down here. Where's he at? Oh, well, didn't mean to do that, but whatever. Let's take care of the ground guys first. See, like, you're not one-shotting everywhere. You might be two-shotting him, but at least you're not one-shotting him, for the most part. Let's do it. I think we gotta go this way to get there. There's a gate you have to go through, and I'm not entirely sure where that gate is at. Oh, there it is. I think. These places can get very confusing almost 100% of the time. So my apologies if I get lost. Yeah, there's no way through over here. We're just gonna head back. Can't warp right now, which sucks. Come on, Noct, you can do it. You know, you got a little more breath in that frail body of yours. Maybe we just go back the way we came. I never really bothered with learning the layouts of these places because they're so insignificant, and there's only one more in the game after this one, so. Yeah, the spotlight's following me, which is hilarious because there's no enemies alive, and the music's hella epic, and there's no enemies alive to fight me. Maybe we'll get a few more. There we go. I like how Ignis is a strategist. He's the smartest one of the group, and in fact, according to the game's lore, he's the only one that Noctis thinks can beat him in a fight. And I also heard that in episode Ignis, there's a little side thing after you beat the main episode, just like in Prompto and Gladio. And it's a fight with Noctis, actually, and it's one of the hardest fights in the game. Because Noctis's level is still what it is, like what you get it up to, so. If I plan to do that, I want to make sure that Iggy's level is the exact same as Noctis's before I do it, or maybe even higher. Because I plan on doing it. Because there's got to be some sort of reward for it. Yeah, not like I didn't just take this thing out earlier. Got it. Oh, we get to use our first summon. That's where I started the stream, actually. I just collected all 3 of the prerequisites in order to use the Ramuh summon, which is the lightning god. Hold on, let me stop getting attacked for like half a second. Okay, yeah. Can we do it now? Holding L2, thank you. These are so cool. Like all the summons, they're fucking dope. Now, for Final Fantasy fans, if you look closely, Ramuh, in previous Final Fantasy games, was a unicorn with a lightning bolt for a horn. If you look on this Ramuh's staff, it's that same unicorn. They use a lot of their old characters like fan favorites, and they just pertain them in a different way, and I like that. Like Gilgamesh, who I believe is a summon in most of the Final Fantasies, and he was a boss in one of them, is actually the final boss of episode Gladiolus. And you can get his weapon after you beat him. And he's a 2-phase boss, which is very rare in this game, and it's a lot of fun. And I love this, that they're still there for a while, and Noctis's eyes glow the color, the same color as theirs. I missed it. But oh, this is the Aranea fight. I really like this fight because somehow Noctis has the ability to fly, but he never uses it. I mean, he uses it in certain boss fights, and hopefully we'll get to that. If we don't get to it tonight, I'll stream it tomorrow, because the Leviathan boss fight is my favorite boss fight in the game, and it's one of the most epic. As long as you do it right. Sometimes it can be drawn out if you just keep fucking up.
Whatever, I'm calling it that. You don't have to. What? Seems a bit flippant. Why not go for something a little more epic? Because I thought of it first, so that's the name.
Oh wait, we have to run all the way back around.
Easier said than done.
There's no way through this way. I've tried before. Like, it took me forever the first time. I tried climbing up on the rafters and jumping over the fence, but there's invisible barriers, unfortunately. Came from this way? Maybe? Yes? No? I don't know. We'll find it. I don't keep an eye on my stamina correctly, and I know I should. No, that's the generator. Come on, controller. Stop fucking up for me, please. Did we come from this way? Nope, we came from over this way. I hate that they make you run all the way around. I'd much rather it just be a cutscene. And I don't even like cutscenes that much. I mean, this game's cutscenes are gorgeous. But after you see them so many times, you know, it's just like, oh, okay. Is this another dead end? What the fuck? Maybe we do go through here. Hold on, do I have a map of this place? Okay, run all the way across, go through here, and boom. If we can get past this goddamn fence. I fucking knew it. Come on, controller, stop. Speed it up a little bit. God damn it. Here we go. This is a really good cutscene, so I'm gonna watch it. I've actually never had this fight during the daytime.
Guys? Long has it been?
Ravis. Yeah, there it is.
Stars blossom, and yet nothing of the consequences. Watch it. Be still, all of you.
This is Lady Lunafreya's brother.
Shield. You better believe it. A weak shield protects naught.
Oof.
Hey! Wanna go? Let's do it. Should the chosen fall, that too is fate. I'd say that's far enough. Ahead, Hans. From you. Oh, but I'm here to help. And how is that? By taking the army away. You expect us to believe that? When next we meet, it'll be across the seas. Just so happens we have business of our own with the tutelary deity, don't we?
I wish I got to fight Ravis right here.
And safe travels.
I feel like that would have been a really good fight. You do get to fight him later though, and it's a really good fight.
Ravis Nox Fleury, first son of Tanagra, elder brother to Lady Lunafreya.
Is that not the Aranea fight? Hey, take this thing back to Hammerhead, get it fixed. Hate that because no matter what you do, oh wait, am I going the right way? Yeah. No matter what you do, it's always destroyed when you get it back. Not that it affects anything, it just looks bad.
So how do we figure this out? That was Luna's brother? The High Commander himself. Wartime makes for great promotions.
Ow.
Guess the lieutenant rank can rise to the top. But why would he want to lead their army? Who cares? Certainly formidable enough on his own. If Ravis wants power, I'll give him a taste.
I really wish that fight popped off. Like, even if it was like just a little fight, like where, you know, it ends before you actually defeat the enemy. I really wish there was a fight right there. Because I hate his character at this point of the game, but his development's really cool and he becomes a pretty good guy towards the end. I just wish there was a fight right there, because after that happens, as you notice, Gladio feels inferior. And he feels like he's not strong enough to protect Noctis the way he's supposed to. So in a minute, you guys are gonna see Gladiolus is actually he's gonna leave the party for a couple missions, and that's when Aranea comes in, and I believe that's when we do the dungeon to get the parts that we need to fix the boat and go to Altissia. Aranea is our 4th party member in that. And she's super powerful. And she can fly. And she uses a lance. One of my least favorite weapon types in the game, but I have the ultimate weapon for the lance type, so, you know, it ain't that bad. We're not gonna park here because I don't like parking here. We're gonna park at the gas station, so it's not that far of a walk from wherever we are in the city. Another thing that happens when you start New Game Plus is that you lose all your car variations, because in Endgame you can change the car into a flying car and into a master truck that can jump, and you can drive it off the road, which is a lot of fun. So we're gonna meet up with Iris, which is Gladiolus's little sister. I hate that you can't dash in like safe zones.
What's wrong?
I let you down. I never made it. The Empire came.
Oh yeah, they killed Talcot's grandpa.
None of us said a word about Noct. They just showed up and then... Oh, Jared.
What do you mean?
He was
What happened to
There
Jerry?
was nothing we could do.
well, he's dead, Gladio, but he was Noctis's dad's protector when his dad was still young and a fighter, because Noctis's dad was the king. This is his grandson Talcot, and he's a really important character towards the end of the story. You're great at consoling people.
I couldn't stop them.
I won't let the Empire get away with it. They'll pay for what they've done. I promise.
I believe in you, Prince Noctis. I'm taking Talcott, and we're going to Kyle.
Actually, Iris, we take you to Kyle.
We can't just stay here and do nothing.
Okay. Losing time here. This is a pretty cool cutscene and all, but it takes too long, and it's also the trailer for the game, so you can just go watch it if you want to see it. Chapter 6, A Way Forward. Beneath the Cape Cam light in the south of, I don't know how to pronounce that, Kling, maybe? I don't know. Cleagney lies an underground harbor. It has long served the Lucian royalty, and even now, a vessel once owned by King Regis lies at anchor there. Following in his father's footsteps, Noctis heads for the ship. Thing is that we're gonna go there, and then we're gonna have to infiltrate another base, I believe, because that's when we meet Aranea for the first time. So we're gonna go there. They're gonna tell us what we need. Then we're gonna go do all this stupid shit. Then I'm gonna go to Altissia. Several days later.
I can't let her go it alone.
Yep.
For everything that... Shall we, then? Yeah, I don't want to keep Sid and Cindy waiting. They're fixing up the boat as we speak. We ought to thank them. Actually, Jared's the one we ought to thank.
Yeah. He really thought of everything.
Filled her up for ya.
Iris actually becomes part of your party here.
Ready to
You
roll?
can't change like her accessories or her outfit like you can with the other
Show on the road.
party members, and her weapon is literally a stuffed animal. But and she has very little health.
Who's ready to kick some ass?
But what's cool is that once you get to the end game, it skips to like 10 years later, and Noctis asks about Iris, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, she's like a badass demon hunter." Call her Iris the Demon Slayer, which is a stupid ass name. Like, you couldn't have come up with a better nickname, but that's cool, you know, because she's so innocent right now, and she's pretty weak.
Looking at the regalia really reminds me of home.
It sure doesn't look like any of the cars you see around here.
And it's a lot roomier, too. I can't imagine trying to cram 5 people, including Gladdy, into one of those things. Have you ever ridden in one?
Can't say I have.
There was barely enough room for our luggage. Thank goodness you guys could give me a lift.
Think the others made it to Kyle all right?
I suppose we'll find out when we get there.
Now, there's going to be a couple dialogue options on the way where you can stop. I'm not going to do those. They don't yield anything, but just for the sake of, you know, getting to where we need to go.
I'm like 90% sure.
Not 100.
You almost know your stuff.
All thanks to Jared.
Yeah, man. Kind of wish Jared didn't die in this game. He was like, you only see him for like
Are you the only
5
one who
minutes.
drives?
And he was like,
I can drive.
he was cool,
It's
you
not
know,
like he
for the
gets
time we knew
one
him.
who can drive. He's just the only one we can trust.
Wow, are they that bad?
Not bad at all. Right? Right. But there's no way the big guy's taking any chances with his little sister in the car.
Sure you don't need a break?
I'm okay.
You are sandwiched in back there.
Have Pronto suffer instead.
Really, it's fine. No suffering here.
If
If you say so.
This car is fucked up.
I got some bad news, guys.
Oh, great. Another floating fortress. Let's pull over.
Knocked.
Relax. I've got this.
Oh, this is the infiltration.
Taking matters into hand.
So after this is where those dialogue options happen.
Talcott, too.
Iris, I'll need you to wait here.
All right.
Careful, Noct. Only fools rush in. I suggest
Why
intelligence advice a plan.
Alright, actually guys, I'm gonna leave this stream right here because I do need to be up early tomorrow morning. But we'll pick up right from where we left off this time. Right where we're at. Infiltrating the space. Either that or I'll infiltrate it on my own time because this is the difficult one. We have to follow behind the guy and I don't want to get irritated and just spend a stream doing that for an hour. So I might do that first. Then we'll pick up the stream from that, like right before the Aranea fight because that's a really cool fight. And we'll go from there. So thank you guys for watching. Peace out.